listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a Doggy Dog World is brought to you by Pet Care RX, America's most affordable pet pharmacy. Pet Care RX offers the same meds as top vets, but with a savings up to 50%. And if you find a lower price on a certified EPA and FDA-approved medication, Pet Care RX will match that price. So go to petcarerx.com. Use promo code DOGWORLD10. DOGWORLD, the number 10, and receive $10 off orders of $50 or more.
It's a big world out there, and you're just looking for a pat on the back or head. You run around the city, searching for a place to bark, working your tail off with your nose to the ground, sniffing for a few scraps, hoping someone will throw you a bone. You take each lead, collar after collar, hoping one day to take a bite out of success and become the top dog. Fortunately, you come home each day to open arms, open cans, a drink waiting for you, and a comfortable place in front of the TV set. You know you've got it good, really good, because after all, it's a doggy dog world out there. Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with your host, pet expert, and award-winning author Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm your host, Liz Palaika, and with me today are my good friends, Petra Burke. Hello. And Kate Abbott.
How do?
And as we've told you in earlier podcasts, we're heading towards the Global Pet Expo in Orlando, Florida at the end of March, and we made it there. For your benefit, we wore our feet to the nubbins.
Oh my gosh, was it 6,000 booths? Oh.
We made our shoulders sore carrying pamphlets and samples so we could give you the straight scoop. And in this podcast, we're going to do just that. We're going to talk about dog foods and treats that we saw that have some potential of being good for your dog. And then we're going to talk about dog toys. In an upcoming podcast, then we're going to talk about all the other stuff. And there was lots of other stuff. So we're going to have two podcasts for you, full of stuff from the Global Pet Expo. And as Kate said,
I never knew there was so much stuff that I needed.
And of course stuff that there's absolutely no reasonable use for, but we'll talk about some of that too. So stay tuned, listen to our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. It's a Doggy Dog World. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's a Doggy Dog World is brought to you by Petco.com. Petco is a leading specialty retailer of premium pet food supplies and services, offering more than 10,000 high-quality pet-related products. Enter the code DOGGY10, DOGGY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at Petco.com.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fleurop.com and use the code DOGGYDOG at checkout. FLEUROP.com. Code word DOGGYDOG.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/world, WORLD, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
Hi, and welcome to The Family Pet on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Colleen Safford. Each week we'll focus on different topics: child pet safety, child pet training, just how to make an appropriate pet selection for your family. All of these things will be covered in each one of our episodes. So we hope that you will join us at The Family Pet on Pet Life Radio.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Today, Petra, Kate, and I are going to be talking about all the neat dog foods and not so neat dog foods and treats and toys that we saw at the Global Pet Expo.
Boy, where do you start? 6,000 booths. Where do you start, number one?
Well,
oh my gosh.
If you've listened to our podcast, you know that we're very concerned about quality dog foods. As trainers, we know that food can affect your dog's behavior, his ability to learn, how he learns, how he retains what he's learned, and then, of course, all the other aspects of it that your veterinarian's concerned about: allergies, obesity, or dogs that can't gain weight, the quality of skin and coat. Dog food affects just every aspect of your dog's life. So when we went to the expo, I think we were all hoping that we would find a whole bunch of next generation dog foods.
Yeah.
We found a few, but I'll have to say the top of the heap, I think, is still the Honest Kitchen.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think we looked at, oh my gosh, so many. We'd go up, the first thing we'd do is turn around and look at the ingredients. And, can I help you? No. We know what we're looking for. And then we'd walk around going, no. But yet, majority of them, surprisingly, was not that great.
Or not up to our standards.
Yeah.
Really cute packaging.
Oh, packaging was great.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with the Honest Kitchen foods, we've talked about them many times on previous podcasts. They're a dehydrated food, so your dog gets the benefit of raw foods, the nutrients from raw foods, but yet the safety of the dehydration. So the food is not carrying salmonella, E. coli, or other contaminants that could potentially be in a raw food diet. And we know that that happens. When I was writing my last book on pet foods, I interviewed a number of veterinarians about raw food diets, and dogs can get sick. So the dehydrated foods provide some protection from that. Now, we saw another dehydrated food at the show, and we're not going to name it because we have a problem with it.
Yeah. It has great potential.
It's got the ingredients.
Outrageously overpriced. And that's, I think, the biggest downfall.
Yeah. It had good ingredients. It was dehydrated, so it does provide that safety of the raw foods. But the cost was at least twice that of Honest Kitchen.
Right. And then, I think it made equal to what Honest Kitchen does.
Well, their box was 8.8 pounds, which equals 35 pounds rehydrated, and the Honest Kitchen, a 10-pound box, makes
43, 42, something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So
similar, but I'd like to see that come down significantly in price.
Sure.
It's too hard to recommend that kind of price on a food.
Yeah. And these days, with people on budgets and things, couldn't afford it.
Now, we did see some others that have some potential. We don't have prices on all these, so if one of these foods sounds good to you, you're going to have to do some research, and we'll try and give you a website if we've got it. But Kate will talk about Northwest Naturals.
Yes, I will. Okay, here. So the ingredients are good. You have your choice of beef, bison, chicken, or chicken and salmon for your primary ingredient. And I'm looking for contact info.
Use the website.
It is a raw food. Is it frozen?
I believe it's a frozen.
Here we go. So www.raw, R-A-W, natural, N-A-T-U-R-A-L, pet food, P-E-T-F-O-O-D.com. So raw, natural pet food, and the pet food is called Northwest Naturals.
And
Grain-free.
They have dog and cat foods.
Okay. So they have the raw nuggets, resealable. Oh, yeah, so they come frozen. So the small nuggets will thaw quickly, small enough for the tiniest dogs or puppies. And again, coming in, and then they have bars, also frozen, a little bit larger, and then even large bulk if you have multiple dog family. And then little cat food patties, 3 ounces each. So, one we like the ingredients list on, and check it out.
The next one we checked out, and a lot of us are familiar with, is Natural Balance. And they have the sweet potato and bison that doesn't have any grain, so it's grain-free. If you feed your dog a dry dog food, that seemed pretty darn good. And then they still carry their, their potato duck and sweet potato and venison, sweet potato and fish, and the sweet potato and chicken.
Just a note, if your dog has allergies, usually the veterinarian recommends that your dog go on a diet that is 1 protein source and 1 carbohydrate source so that you can eliminate any potential allergens. And so in a case like that, having sweet potato and bison, having 1 carbohydrate and 1 protein is usually a good idea. So those are for the allergic dogs. Now, another grain-free dog food that looks like it has some potential is made by Petcurian, and that's Petcurian, Petcurian, and the brand name is Go, G-O, and their grain-free endurance formula, which I would suggest for a working dog or a performance sports dog. They've got turkey, chicken, deboned chicken, russet potato, chicken fat, dried whole eggs, salmon, apple, peas, tomato, just lots of good stuff. Pumpkin, carrots, bananas, blueberries, cranberries, lentil beans, broccoli, spinach, cottage cheese, alfalfa sprouts, and it goes on. Also a lot of probiotics. So that sounds like a good one. That's Go, and it's their endurance formula. And the website is www.petcurian, Petcurian.com. So if you want to take a look at that one.
So the same company also makes another food called Now, although there's little umlauts over the O, so I'm not sure what that means.
I think that's making the O into a paw print. See, it's got 3 little...
Yeah, it looks like a paw print.
3 little toes over the O, so they're being cute.
Yeah, 3 toes.
Okay, so there's Go, and then there's Now. Okay. Also looks like it has good ingredients in it. One of their claims to fame is they do not use rendered meats.
Which is a very good thing in our book.
Yeah. Rendered meats are the meals and the byproducts, and they're basically the parts of the animal that don't get used. They grind them up and throw into pet food, so they're usually not good digestible sources of protein. No sense to be in there.
And every batch can vary. One batch can be good and another batch can be horrible.
So that's their claim, is that they don't have any rendered meats, but they do have good vegetables. It's grain-free, moderate protein, moderate fat.
And then we found another one, which looks like they do dry dog food and canned food. And unfortunately, the ingredients list, I was just trying to look. I think I left my bag sample at home. But it's called
BG.
BG Before Grain. So these are all grain-free foods.
And we did take a look at the label there at the Pet Expo, and
I brought a little sample bag home, and just a dry sample bag, and just with 5 dogs, there's always somebody who's picky, and they all actually liked this one.
Yeah, there was some definite possibilities with the BG. They call it New School Pyramid, Old School Nutrition, and the website is www.merrick, MERRICK, petcare.com.
Okay, I said I have another one here. It's www.beforegrain.com.
I'm sure you could probably go to either one of them.
Yep. But definitely check it out. I think they had salmon, chicken. I believe they had a beef, but then again, they come in canned or in a dry food version for those who like to feed their dogs dry food. But that looks very good.
Then another one that caught my eye was made by Origin, and Origin is really an up-and-coming quality pet food company. We've been hearing more and more about them from our students. But they have a grain-free food that's bison-based and, well, I should say has bison, but bison, wild boar.
Oh my gosh!
Not natural pig, but or domesticated pig, but wild boar.
Probably the first time I've heard that.
Lamb, potato, pork. I guess fresh deboned pork is domestic pig, but salmon, whitefish meal, herring, deboned bison, fresh whole eggs, potato, salmon, alfalfa, sweet potato, walleye, carrots, apples, cranberries, Saskatoon berries. Now, those are not found in California. I have no idea what they are. I'm assuming those are Canadian berries. Black currants, chicory root, licorice root, and more. There's a lot of herbs and natural remedy type plants, including peppermint leaf, chamomile, dandelion root. So that's very interesting. It's a very interesting food, and it's for all life stages. So that's from Origin. And the Origin's website is... they don't make it easy to find. But if you do a search for it, it's Origin, Orijen. Yeah, they don't put the website in an easy-to-find way. So just Google Orijen. They have a number of foods, but this, it's called Regional Red, Biologically Appropriate Red Meat Formula. All right, so that's another one to take a look at.
Lotus is another natural dog food that we like the list of ingredients.
Sorry, did I distract you? Of course, on our way home, we all caught colds.
Yeah. You know, flying on an airplane.
What'd you call it? Petri dish.
Flying Petri dish.
Yeah. I looked up the Lotus website. They have dry foods. They also have raw foods that are frozen. And I believe the term they used was hydrostatically treated to prevent E. coli and salmonella.
I wonder what that really means.
I have no idea, but...
it's a fancy name.
Hydrostatically treated. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it does. Well, I can spell
Lotus Natural Dog. Lotus. Lotus Pet Food. In Torrance, California.
And then, of course, with all these good ones that we had...
let me tell you one more good one. Peak. Yeah, one more good one, and then we'll tell you about a not-so-good one. Ziwi Peak. Ziwipeak. We saw Ziwi for the first time at the last Global Pet Expo we went to in San Diego. And we said they looked like they had promise. So I'm glad to see they're still around and they're still promoting their foods. One of our trainers has her very, very picky standard poodle on the Ziwi Peak food, and he does very, very well on it.
You know, the little sample that came with that, oh my gosh, my guys went just crazy. And it's not a hard dry food. It's
semi-moist, as they say?
Yeah. It's
but not semi-moist as in sugar and salt and all the other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Their website is www.ziwipeak.com. ziwipeak.com. So take a look at them.
And then I think with all these few dog foods that we like, of course you still have your range of...
lesser?
Yeah. You know, this food for this breed and... for this size of dog, or for large breed puppy, small breed puppy, large breed dog.
For this celebrity or another.
Oh, yeah. Yes, and every celebrity has some foods.
Yep.
But here's an ingredient list that, we won't name the brand name, but just, I don't care for. Chicken meal, brown rice, white rice. So in all reality, that's a rice-based food with some chicken. Barley, corn gluten meal, oatmeal, beet pulp. Beet pulp is sugar beets, by the way. Chicken fat. When chicken fat is that high up in the list of ingredients, that means they're spraying the food with chicken fat so the dog will want to eat it. Fish meal, dried egg product. Now, it doesn't say eggs. It doesn't say dried eggs. It says dried egg product. That could be a lot of different things.
Yep.
And a lot of leftovers. Brewer's yeast, kelp meal, and then a whole paragraph of added vitamins and minerals. which I like to say means that they've cooked all the nutrients out of the food, so they have to add it back in so your dog gets some. So, not particularly a good one of ours. What we would like our listeners to do is, like we tell our people in classes, be an educated consumer. Read the labels and understand what the labels say. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. Don't feed it to your dog.
And it's not easy. I mean, all those booths we walked through and all those dog food bags we read, the ingredients, there's not a lot out there. And thank goodness we did find what we did. But again, now where to locate these foods, because I didn't see it just around any stores around town.
By the time we got around to one end of the building where the Honest Kitchen was, I think we fell upon them with grateful hands and arms. Oh,
we're so happy to see you.
They recognized us.
yes.
Which is even funny.
Or good or bad. Now, there were also a lot of treats there. There was one treat there from Great Britain, and I hope they're coming to the United States because my dogs absolutely love those treats. The name of the company is Fish for Dogs. Fish, F-I-S-H, for the number 4, dogs, D-O-G-S. I did go up to their website, and they have dog foods also.
Oh.
The booth that we saw, I didn't see dog foods. All I saw was the treats, and I brought it back home to my guys, and they went nuts. The sole ingredient of the treat, fish. Nothing else. Now, they're stinky.
Yeah, so you have to like fish. I know some people can't tolerate the fish smell.
I can't tolerate the fish smell, but I'll tell you what, they made my dogs really happy.
So she can tolerate happy dogs.
And I've been using them for training treats this last week since we came back. And using them on some of the class dogs. And I got some puppies' attention.
Oh, yeah.
So, Fish for Dogs. Like I say, they were at the Expo, so I hope that means they're coming to the United States. Some other treats.
Pure Bites. Well, interestingly enough, this one is a fish dog treat.
It's just dehydrated.
It's just fish.
Just fish or whatever flavors they have. It's completely dehydrated.
I think
and they were great training treats for my guys.
I think when we were at the booth, didn't they also have like sweet potato?
Well, no, this one has 4. You have your choice of either freeze-dried fish, freeze-dried beef liver, freeze-dried cheddar cheese, or freeze-dried chicken breast.
Oh, cheddar cheese.
Cheddar
That's
cheese.
the one I was
we thought it was
thinking
like
about.
we thought it was sweet potato or something.
Yeah,
It's the yellow color.
I was using the cheddar cheese just a few minutes ago, and got good results. It's the nice thing about it freeze-dried is it's not as slimy in your hands or your bait pouch.
Right.
But the dogs still seem to love it.
And because there's only one ingredient, if your dog has allergies or you're really watching what your dog is eating, that makes it easy because there's nothing else in it.
Nope. One ingredient, freeze-dried.
If you're as bad as I am and forget, and leave the treats in your bait bag for a day or 2, you don't want to come back to a bait bag with fresh fish in it. It's no longer fresh after 2 days.
Yeah,
or even the cheese. It can get really
nasty.
Yeah.
We were stuffing Easter eggs for the puppy class for an Easter egg hunt and found a treat that was left from last year. That was ugly. That was really, really ugly.
Yeah.
So these
the
were some
freeze-dried
good
is much
treats.
more convenient and lasts longer.
Yeah. And then I had brought some samples home. First, I
Did
noticed
we say the
them.
name of that, by the way?
Oh,
Pure Bites.
Pure Bites.
Yeah.
Bites.
Yeah. Pure Bites is that freeze-dried.
Purebites.
And the website is purebites.com.
And then one I got was more to keep, not really a treat, but to keep my guys busy, and I gave it to the 2 Poms, was
Vegetables.
vegetables. You can say the word, I'd be impressed. And they look like, in shape and color, like a little carrot, corn, and celery.
They're funny looking.
They are funny looking, but and I thought, my guys aren't going to like it. One of my Poms was picky, but surprisingly, they enjoyed it and kept them busy for a while.
Now that's a little dog. I can't imagine that they would keep a bigger dog or a power chewer. They'll probably just crunch them up.
Oh, I'm sure. Anything bigger. But yeah, small one to keep a little busy dog busy.
And digestible.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it was good. They enjoyed it. Didn't have any problems.
The name reminds me of Vitamin Vegemin.
Yeah, it does. Vitamin
and
Vegemin.
tasty, too.
And I have the...
you have a corn.
I have the corn one right here. We'll give you a first-hand look as to what An Aussie says
Oh, it
of it.
looks like the little corn you find on the buffet table.
The Chinese food.
Like Tom Hank in the big. He would nibble,
Oh,
nibble, nibble,
yeah,
nibble
the
all the
little
way
thing.
around.
Bashir.
First you have to wake the dog up.
There you go. Well, a little chew toy for a big dog. He'll be gone in a minute.
It's not very soft. Is he chewing it pretty good?
Yeah, it's going to be gone quite soon.
Bigger jaws than a
He's
Pomeranian.
eating it rather than chewing on it, but he's enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it. It's gone. He just swallowed.
See, it took my 2 palms like 2 hours. So, small breed, excellent thing. Medium breed or larger, treat.
There was also, we found a veterinarian. There were several veterinarians at the expo, but we found a veterinarian in his booth. He's written a dog food book.
All by himself.
He's sitting in his booth all by himself. The book is called Dog Dish Diet. And we actually had a great time talking with him. We came back at the end of the show and talked to him for quite a while when he was closing down his booth. His name is Greg Martinez, Dr. Greg Martinez. He's a veterinarian in Gilroy, California, which, if you want some trivia about Gilroy, that's the garlic capital of the world, and it smells like it.
But it has really good garlic stuff. Oh, my gosh. Excellent stuff.
But what he talked about in his book is something, again, that we've been talking about for years in our classes. Without insulting any veterinarians who are listeners, most veterinarians in vet school don't have a lot of education in nutrition other than how it relates to disease. And their education in nutrition includes cattle, horses, goats, pigs, the domestic livestock, the money-making livestock, as well as small animals. And
he was the first to admit that. That's why he wrote the book. He wanted to know more.
The book was his journey of self-discovery, basically.
Yes.
On how food affects our dogs and how he realized that many of the commercial foods that are available are not necessarily good for our dogs. And that one food doesn't fit all. Every dog doesn't have the same nutritional needs.
One of the chapters I really loved was where he was talking, he had the list of the top 10 most pet insurance claimed ailments. So what dogs are brought in the most for, the top 10. And it was skin allergies and ear infections and, and then down the line osteoarthritis, often caused by obesity. And I mean, just that top 10 list, we have seen the difference it can make in dogs by changing their food. Yes. And then he's seen it in his veterinary practice.
Mm-hmm. In fact, he talked about one client who had a little Chihuahua. And when he first met the dog was slim and healthy. And he asked the owner what she was feeding the dog, and she said she cooked for her dog. And he said, oh, no, get it on a good quality commercial food. So she listened to her veterinarian, switched the dog over to a good quality commercial food, and 6 months later the dog had allergies, was fat, had ear infections, and he said that was one of the things that caused him to look at what he was telling his clients. Mm-hmm. And, what I like to say is commercial dog foods are relatively new in our relationship with our dogs. My grandfather's dogs ate the leftovers. They got milk from the cow. They got fresh eggs from the chickens. They didn't get commercial dog foods. Mm-mm. And his dogs lived for a long time. When I was a kid, he had an English setter named Mamie, and she lived to be 16. Now, we don't see many setters nowadays that live to be 16.
And just having had in the past dogs with skin conditions, it made me stop and realize that, I've got a cocker who loves water, and he gets into everything. I have not had an issue. Now, one dog does not, theory make, but I have not had any ear issues with him, any skin issues with him.
Sure.
For a while there, he was scratching quite a bit on himself, and then I started looking for wheat and making sure he didn't get anything with it. And it's almost gone now, except for when our landlord gives him the occasional milk bone or something, something like that. I know he's going to scratch the next day.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't
scratch. System,
He doesn't scratch nearly as much.
Right, and I can chart the progress of it. Okay, it's almost out of his system. There it goes. Okay, it's gone now.
Yeah.
And next time he gets another bone, he'll do it. So it's an obvious trigger and effect.
Right.
Anyway, when we see it, we hear our students talking about it.
Sure.
So it's a great book. It's written for the average pet owner.
Right. It's not a scientific veterinary journal. It is written for he's writing it for his clients, basically.
I mean, he is a well-educated man, and he can talk about obligate carnivores and all the above. But in his book, he's actually quite folksy, homesy, easy to read.
Petra loved the illustrations.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was great. It was all of him. Whoever did that, it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I liked that he also wrote about his experiences.
And his dogs.
And the mistakes he did, and how, when he corrected them, the outcome. So it was very well written, and it's great that he exchanged information with us, and love to keep in touch with him.
I've already gone back and forth with emails a couple times.
Well, right there at the Pet Expo, we figured that he and Liz were long-lost relatives.
Oh,
Yeah. I know.
Oh, yeah, that's what I say. So do I. We believe in that, too. Oh, yeah.
But it's nice, because, I mean, we're there, and we see the behavior part when you have a dog on a good food, and how much it changes, and it's better overall for the dog. And he's like, oh yeah, and then the veterinary portion of it he sees. So it was great to put the two, and he grasped it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't put a wall up. He was like, oh, it does. It affects all these different,
because he's coming at it from a veterinarian, but I suspect that his dogs probably haven't been to training, because he was like, oh really, it does make a difference that way. So.
Yeah.
But that's where we see it.
So anyway, it's Dr. Greg's Dog Dish Diet. His name is Dr. Greg Martinez. His website is www.dogdishdiet.com. And if you want an autographed copy, he sells them on the website for $19.99. So if you're interested in dog food, you want to follow his journey of exploration, we highly recommend that. All right, well, we need to take a break now for our sponsors. We'll be right back, and we'll talk about dog toys, another favorite subject of ours.
Sit. Stay. It's a doggy dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
There's a movement afoot, ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code DOGGY, DOGGY, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
Hello? Danica, where have you been?
Oh, Grandma, I've been busy, racing, GoDaddy girl.
Oh, I built my own online store with GoDaddy.
Really? Let me see. Grandma'sAuction.com. Hey, are those Grandpa's golf clubs?
Grandma needs her bingo money.
Use promo code DOGGY10, DOGGY, the number 10, and get a .com domain name for just $7.49 at GoDaddy.com.
I love animals. If you ask the question, what do I want? What do I need? I'll take affection. I really should mention I need time, I need love, I crave attention. Listen to waiting by the door. I'll bring it for you. With shaking tails and happy hearts. I'll bring it for you. And running circles round the floor. I'll bring it for you. That's always when the party starts. They are my friends, they are my children, they are the furry.
My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available in iTunes.
Hello, I'm Deborah Wolf, and I'm inviting you to my animal party on Pet Life Radio. The dress code? Come as you are. Pajamas, a tux, You can even go naked like your pets. Unleash your party animal at my animal party. Guests you know from Animal Planet, TV, radio, the news, and bookstores will be joining me. And that's because after I won Best Pet Radio in America from the DWAA, I got my paw in the door and I met a lot of amazing people. And the best of the best are going to be coming to the party. They're coming to party with us. So join us at the animal party. Don't miss the party.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Let's talk about toys a little bit. One of our favorite toy manufacturers, Planet Dog, was there at the Expo.
Yay, well, yeah, I think they thought Kate was just crazy. You bought the last of the, what was it called?
Yeah,
ring balls.
Ringos.
Ringos. And she was begging them to bring it back. It was great.
Well, if you haven't heard the story, so is it last year at the Pet Expo in San Diego, I found out, I asked him about the Ringo, which is a red ball with 2 white rings on it, and I asked him I was having trouble finding any more to buy for my dog, and it was his absolute favorite. And she said, oh yes, we've quit making them. We've gone on to other designs. Well, I was appalled.
Okay, she's appalled because Walter is addicted to those balls.
The only ball he absolutely goes crazy for.
The cry will go out on the training field, where's Walter's red ball? Everybody knows. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, they come in different colors, but he's addicted to the red. So I called their home office, and I said, do you have any more of the Ringos in red? And she, hang on a second, came back and said, well, we've got 3. Of course, they're in display packages and all the above, and each one has 12 to 14 or whatever in there. And I went, great, I'll take them. Well, but they're in package, like for a display for a store. I don't care, I'll take them. Oh, well, I could give you a good deal with them. That's great. Go ahead, send them. I'll take every one you have left. So, when I think there were 48 that came, and so it must have been 6. Anyway, I opened up all of the display boxes with the little balls nestled in their little crates there, and opened them, and then let him into the room, and he was the kid at Christmas. Oh, his eyes got so big. And what really touched my heart was he looked at me and looked at the ball, and I said, yes, you can have one. And he went over and he picked one up and he savored it, and then he put it right back in the box. And he moved to the next box and he sampled one out of there and looked at me and put it right back. He couldn't quite believe that they were all his. So I've had to actually pack them all away, except for 3 or 4 at a time.
Well, they just have awesome toys.
In general.
And the thing is, and the toys smell good.
Yes. The peppermint tea. Planet Dog has a promotion right now. They have a ball that they call Glow for Good, and it's a white neon ball, the regular Planet Dog balls. But 100% of the proceeds from the sale of those balls go to Planet Dog Foundation, which gives donations or grants to therapy dog organizations, service dog organizations, police dog organizations, assistance dogs, hearing aid dogs, all kinds of working dogs that assist mankind. So, of course, we do therapy dog and service dog training. We're all about that. Mm-hmm. So that's planetdog.com, and the promotional ball is the Glow for Good, Glow, Glow, for Good ball.
Great toys, great squishability, good mouthfeel for the dog.
Long-lasting.
Mm-hmm. I actually sent away and bought one of those, and my puppy Archer absolutely adores it. He squish, 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 squish. He loves that ball. And then,
I got one. Oh. You know what? And I don't remember.
What'd you do?
What it was called.
Uh-oh.
It was a treat dispenser toy.
Okay. We love those.
Little purple one. Oh, same place where you got that.
Oh, Premier. Yes.
Premier Dog?
Premier Pet Supplies.
Was it a Busybuddy? They had a lot of good...
No, same place we got the
it was a round purple,
it looked
ballish.
Like an egg. Kind of like an egg-shaped purple treat
Premier
dispenser.
The Busybuddy.
Okay. Covers comes in different sizes. And I bought the small one for the little guys. And love it. Oh, they roll it around. Treat comes flying out.
We like the treat dispensing toys because those are wonderful for keeping your dog busy when you leave home. Give those to your dog. He won't even notice you're leaving.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Busybody. It is. Because that's the same place you got your Linkables.
The Linkables are new food dispensing toys from Premier in their Busybody line. And what they are is a variety of different shaped hard rubber.
At first glance, I thought they were some kind of new habit trail.
Yeah, they look a lot like a hamster habit trail. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a round blue ball. There's a squiggly shaped green link, and there's a red right angle toy. These can all be popped together either at the first ring, so it's easy to get apart, the second ring, so it's more difficult. Each of the individual sections can have some treats inside. Archer and Riker did great with them, worked really, really hard to get the treats out. Bashir, bless his brain, took one look at it, moved it around, put one foot on it, went pop, pop, took the thing apart so he could get the treats more easily. But he still had to work to get the treats out. I definitely give the Linkables a big thumbs up, and I think they're pretty sturdy. They say that they're not for the hardcore dedicated chewer, but Riker's a pretty hardcore chewer.
But you don't leave them down as a chew toy.
No, I don't leave them down. But I really like them, and I think they challenge most of the dogs. Archer certainly brings the blue link to me to throw and play, but that's too big and hard a toy to throw in the house.
Yeah. And then you can make it as complex as you want, though, or...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then we got samples. You had yours?
Yeah.
For those of you who have dogs and cats, I know it's a doggy dog world, but a lot of us have cats.
We all three of us have cats, and we came back with a Frolic Cat bolt and a Frolic Cat sway. And the bolt, it looks like a
bowling pin. A bowling pin.
Yeah, a bowling pin.
With a laser in its head.
That kind of sounds funny. And it moves around. It's battery operated, so you just turn it on, and it moves around. And oh my gosh, I'll have all three cats and Benji, the Pom, chase that little laser thing around. It's hilarious.
Xena the warrior princess kitty, doesn't pay any attention to it at all. Archer, the puppy, loves it. He will chase that laser light until the machine turns itself off. In fact, I've been leaving him at home this last week and not coming to the training yard because he bruised one front leg and he's limping a little bit, so I don't want him running in the yard. But I leave this toy on, so he's moving around but yet not bouncing off the walls, and it's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Did you try it on yours? Okay.
Yes, and again, Thomas the cat was quite intrigued with following the red laser dot, but he didn't have a whole lot of time to play because Walter kept shoving him aside so he could get the red.
And this one's a Frolic Cat bolt, but they have a Rouse Dog dart. So very similar.
Probably just heavier.
Yeah, this looks like a little bigger.
But with the cat one, when I use it for the dog, I just put it up on a counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I did
too. Because the first time Archer did pick it up by its head.
Of course. Yeah, right. Go right to the source. Then the Sway is a toy by Frolic Cat. It's your basic cat toy on a string. What makes it different is the base comes apart and it's got two heavy-duty magnets. So ideally you could put one magnet on top of your table, one underneath, and hang your toy that way.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us whose doorknobs are already taken up with cat
other
toys
stuff.
and clothes and do not disturb the cat signs, that sort of thing.
I think this would be absolutely awesome if you have a glass coffee table.
What? Yeah. And I mean, I did it on my wood kitchen table.
But it's still hard to see. You know, you can't. It's harder to watch the cat play.
Yeah,
but if you had a glass coffee
it from underneath,
if you have a glass coffee table, you wouldn't have to watch TV.
Oh yeah, exactly. You can watch them, but they still kept my cats and Benji again busy. Kept them interested.
My kitchen table was too thick, So although it would stay there, any bit of play it fell off. But the glass table in the dining room, oh yeah, that was great. Once again, Walter. The cat's trying to play with it and have a good time, and then Walter comes along and grabs the feather on the cat toy and tries to pull it off, and he actually wasn't able to do that for quite a while.
Very good.
So it's a very strong magnet.
Yeah. So that was a fun toy.
Okay, now another toy that I really liked and I've been playing with my dog since I got home is there's a new flying disc. I'm sorry, I know Frisbee's a brand name, but that's what comes to mind. But a new flying disc made by Hyperflight, Hyperflite. One of the problems with playing Frisbee with your dog, or flying disc with your dog, is that the standard Frisbees are brittle. The dog will bite them, he'll crack them, he'll punch holes in them, and he ends up with a bleeding tongue or lips or gums. I've played Frisbee with my dogs for years, and a couple of my dogs, we competed, and one of the gentlemen who's behind this Frisbee, he and I had met years ago at a world competition. His dog did much better than mine, but that's okay. Hey, we qualified for the world finals. We were there. I was the only one there with a German Shepherd, by gum.
There you go.
And actually, he remembered us because he went, oh, the German Shepherd. I remember thinking, why on earth is that woman doing this with a German Shepherd? But boy, he could jump, couldn't he? Yes, he could. But anyway, this flying disc is a softer, rubber-like material rather than a brittle plastic. Bashir, when he catches a Frisbee, he grabs it and he chomps. And I've been playing with this one with him for about a week, and there's no tooth holes in it yet. So that's a pretty good recommendation.
How about flinging it for the person?
Oh, it's easy.
Really
easy?
easy?
It's not too heavy.
Nice.
It's not too heavy. It flies really well. So that's www.hyper, Hyper, flight, FLITE.com.
Along the same lines is the Doggy. So it's also a flying disc.
But not really a Frisbee shape.
No, a little deeper.
It's
I played with it.
Kind of a cross between a Frisbee and a bowler hat.
Yeah. But we still had fun with it.
We had fun.
Then I turned it over and put water in it.
For the smaller dogs, it's nice and soft. I was throwing it around in the house, and it wasn't marking up the walls when it was banging off. Walter was just as happy to go after and get that as he was the soft fabric flexible flyer. And I like the idea that it is deep enough so you can flip it over and make a little doggy bowl, which is what I first thought it was.
Yeah, until I read it more carefully.
I will put one negative aspect on it. My guys dropped it. They didn't care. With the other new toys that I brought home, the linkables and the stuff like that, I tried to play with this and they were like, nah, there's better stuff around. But, hey, that's the same with all toys. Some dogs are going to like them, some aren't.
So I'm just thinking it might be for the smaller, because you can't throw it as far.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it comes in adorable little, there's a little petite size and a regular size for...
like I said, I had fun with my little guys on that one.
Sure.
And Walter liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another old standard was there, and that's the Springer. I've been using a Springer on my bicycle and my husband's bicycle for many, many, many years.
Initially when we told this guy how wonderful and how much we liked the Springer, I think he thought we were nuts.
Yeah.
He looked like, yeah, right, lady. No, seriously, we promote it, we like it.
Yeah. The Springer, the things that I like about the Springer compared to some of the other bicycle attachments is it puts the dog right up by your side so you can see him. Some of the bicycle attachments I'm not comfortable with because the dog is so far behind you that if he gets a little foot sore or he gets tired, it's hard for you to see. You really have to turn away from looking ahead to look back at your dog. With the Springer, I can look ahead, glance out to the side, see the dog easily. And then that big spring takes any of the shock because I bike two dogs together. Archer and Bashir run together. And that Spring takes all of the shock. So I really enjoyed that. And it was nice to see that Springer's still around, still selling the contraptions.
There was different versions of it there. I just still like the traditional.
Yeah.
Since we sort of snuck a few cats in there, I really thought that was cool. The litter box put inside the
air conditioning cover. Cat conditioner is what they called it.
Cat conditioner.
The cat conditioner.
So you can mount the cat's litter box basically in a window. Like you would mount a window air conditioner.
And it vents to the outside.
And so you don't have the smell in the house.
Yeah. This guy took
That's a great idea.
a box like a window air conditioner. It looks like a window air conditioner, except on the inside there's a cat flap so the cat can go in and out. The front hinges so you can open up to clean it. But none of the air in the box vents to the house. It all vents outside, and it even comes with the brackets, so you can mount it in the window.
And if I had done that, I wouldn't have had to build that whole enclosed porch for my cat.
Yeah.
Which is where their litter box is.
I wouldn't have had to give up one bathroom in one of our bathtubs in one of our bathrooms because that's where I put the cat's box.
Yeah, that's where my cat's litter box is.
Yeah,
it's in the bathtub because I don't use it.
Yeah.
It's there. I mean,
yeah.
So great idea. Check that out if you have litter
Oh,
boxes.
definitely. It's called the cat conditioner.
The puppy dogs can't get into the cat
box. Which is
nice.
We hear complaints about that in class all the time. All right. Well, as normal, we've been talking way too much, so we're going to let you go, and we'll be recording another podcast soon about more stuff from the Global Pet Expo. So for now, I'm Liz. We'll see you. You can listen to us at our next podcast. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.